You hear that theme music, and you know it's Thursday night live with Z and B, your unfiltered Lego podcast. I'm fired up. I'm fired up. Man, oh my God.
You're just fired up because you saw Thunderbolts.
There's so much happening today between all the news and Thunderbolts. Yo, Thunderbolts! Y'all, if you did not make plans this weekend to go see Thunderbolts, Thunderbolts asterisk, go see it. Go make plans. Go see it. Just quick top level review, whatever. 11 out of 10. Could not believe how good it was. I did not expect it to be that good. Like walking away going upper echelon of Marvel films with an emotional center to it that I was not anticipating. The audience was into it. We were cheering. We were laughing. It was like Marvel's back. Like this wasn't even like the goofy, cameo-filled Deadpool versus Wolverine thing. Like this was just like marveling at its finest. Like it was that good. And stay till the last credit rolls. That's all I'm gonna say. Big stuff coming. It's amazing. Thunderbolts is absolutely incredible. When are you gonna go see it?
Well, I said I was going to hang out with friends tomorrow night. Maybe we just do that. No, I mean, we're like, this is predetermined. What, Zach, you know as well as I do. Once you make plans and you once you hit like plus 25, you got to make those plans. You gotta be locked in, right? So, anyways,
like you haven't backed out of things over and over and over again. Should I go get my Saviano pizza shirt or?
That was stuff I didn't want to do. This I kind of want to do.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah. Take the friends, take the family, take the friends. Yep. It is, it's fine for kids. It's got typical Marvel violence, maybe a little bit more so than normal, but very. I'll tell you this. It prompted an interesting conversation with my son afterwards that I was not anticipating. And I feel like that the subject matter in the film helped kind of like break that loose a little bit. And you'll see why when you see it. But I think somebody, especially you, considering the books that you write and the messaging that you preach, I think somebody like you is really going to resonate with the messaging in the film. It's really, really good. I can't sing its praises.
Defeating trolls with a banhammer. Let's go.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. But welcome into ZMB Live, your unfiltered Lego podcast. We're live every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Eastern time here on YouTube, and you should join the live crew here because we get to do a post show afterwards with you live that you don't get anywhere else. Of course, if you're not able to, you can catch us on the podcast channels afterwards, the audio version, or you can catch us in the replay gang here on YouTube. But make sure you do the like thing, hit all those hearts in chat if you are live with us, share, and make sure you subscribe. And don't forget to leave all those comments and whatnot on all of the platforms that you can catch us at. Brian, it was a big news day.
Mega news day, dude.
So let me quick history to this show this week. I told Brian last week, I was like, well, it's May 1st. Lego's releasing all of their May sets right out of the gate, right? We know about them. It's going to be all about Star Wars today. They're not going to do anything. They're not doing anything. We're not doing anything today. What do you say? We had a whole plan for a show today. We're like, what do you say we do this? This could be fun. This could be a fun conversation. Let's do this. Like, yeah, let's do it, And then Lego said, ruined all my plans. I spent so much time just refreshing the website today. It was ridiculous. I didn't get any other work done. Just refresh. Every time I refresh, something new was live on the website. It was crazy.
I really don't like that I find out about these amazing new Lego sets from a blog post. Where is my Nintendo Direct-esque presentation with the designers, with people at Lego, hyping it up, get us all together? It's like you said before, I should be paid to give counsel on how to do big events. And I would make way more money doing that than anything I'll ever do in the rest of my life, because I don't think those people get it, how excited people would be and how much more momentum and pre-orders and everything you would get from doing that. I fail to understand that at all.
I don't get it. I honestly,
actually, I'm sorry. I hate to cut you off because I'm going to take the lead on the segue here, Zach, okay? Because what a certain other company did was had all these hashtag influencers go out to this hashtag sponsored event to cover their brand new product release to get everybody excited about it. Do you know what company that was, Zach?
I'm going to guess Mattel.
It was Mattel with the brick shop. Yes.
Boy, Mattel brick shop. Okay. Now, look, I've been saying it, a lot of people have been saying it, like, oh no, they lost Pokemon. What are we going to do? Like, what's the whole situation? What's Mega Bloks? How is this going to change? They've got that thing going on. Like what? And we mentioned it. We're like, well, one of the properties Mattel has is Hot Wheels. And I was like, I could see that being a thing. I could see that being a set that they do. I'll tell you what, man, they came out, Mattel Brick Shop came out today swinging, and I mean swinging hard. Unveiled their first 7 products, okay, in the Hot Wheels Collector Builds collection, okay, which is really cool because they have 3 tiers now of builds. What they call them? They call them the Speed Series, the Elite Series, and the Premium Series. And I'm telling you right now, I saw this Mercedes as its Elite Series. This is the best looking brick built car I've ever seen in my life. Lego hasn't touched something like this.
It's really funny you say that because I looked at the renders and I looked at, the product shots, and I'm like, why does this look way better than a lot of the Lego cars that have come out? And I think it's a testament to Hot Wheels being the property that it is, that Mattel can do whatever they want with it and make it really, really cool. And, all of the people that love the cars, Technic or otherwise, I think you're going to love these. And, I think a lot of us have been asking for a while, what is the factor to make this stuff feel special or different or premium? And a lot of the solution for Fun Hole has been lighting, which is very tedious. It's very intricate, as doing other light kits and stuff. So how else do you elevate the building experience? And Mattel went into metal with their bricks being made of metal, which is really interesting and very cool and definitely very premium.
Yeah. Not only that, but you saw that they've had influencers out there all over social media today posting some early
hashtag influencer,
hashtag influencer, posting building of some of these things and early looks at some of these things. And the one thing that completely I immediately resonated with was the guy is pulling the windshield out of a nice wrapped paper sack. Because it's premium, right? Because they care.
Which, hold on, by the way, premium, we use that word a little loosely here. What does premium mean? What is the MSRP on this? Is it $249.99? Is it $299.99? Zach, how many do you have? I don't know if you have it pulled up. How many parts is this car? Do we know?
Parts wise, I don't have the information, but I do know that it's only $120 US.
Okay, so hold on. Mattel Brick Shop. We're gonna do this live.
I had it and I lost
Okay,
it.
no, I got you. We're gonna shop the collection. So for this guy right here, it is the Mercedes-Benz 300 SI, right? 1,600 parts, $120. So a great value, and that's their premium, Zachary.
By the way,
premium.
It comes with a little collector car with it, a little Hot Wheels collector car with it too.
Okay, well, Hot Wheels are like 50 cents.
I don't care. The fact that they're adding that
cool.
instead of the minifig thing or whatever, like the fact that they took that extra, they didn't have to do that. They didn't have to put a cool little collector car in a little case and say, here you go.
So not only is it like on par with a Lego amount of piece count and quality, but it's more cost effective. Lego is in trouble. Okay.
I've been saying this.
Lego's in trouble.
I've been saying this. They got to watch out for these other guys coming on the market. It's only a matter of time before these stores start putting them on the shelves right next to it. And people don't know. People aren't going to realize. Like listen, we've been experiencing this all over Twitch of late, right? Ever since we got the Lego and brick building category on Twitch, people use it and it's fantastic. But there are people building non-Lego brick built things on there with the title Lego, right? But they're not paying Lego prices to do that. Is that good or is it bad? I mean, the word Lego is synonymous with that style, right? And that's something that these other companies are going to have to fight. But if the people that are in the know, if the AFOLs are out there are looking at this, because it's been interesting. All of these newer sets that have been coming out and the LAN members that have been posting their, quick little, hey, this is coming out, this set's coming out, this set's coming out. I would say 9 out of 10 of them have all referenced the price being a little too high. And that's coming from your Lego ambassadors. And they're all saying it.
Well, we're going to get into some of these summer sets that are a little chihuahua.
I don't even know what's going on with these summer sets, but that's the thing. So you start looking at that and you say, okay, price is starting to become a problem. We are currently going through some interesting times financially, in this economy, and you still want to scratch that itch of collectability and model making and hobbies and whatnot. You start looking at a couple of things that maybe are a little bit more cost effective. And when you get a product that looks as good as this, and I mean, we have to reserve a little bit of judgment until you actually build the thing and you see how are the pieces working? Does it fit well? Is the experience fun? Because that's something that Lego still does well, is typically the quality is good. It's not, beating your head against a wall trying to make things fit or work or snap together or whatever. And we gotta wait a little bit. But they allowed it as different price structures. So we've got our Speed series at $19.99. We've got our Elite series at $49.99, and now you've got your premium series at $119.99, and that's a great entry point for different levels. You can get the kids in there, you can get the teenagers in there, or you can get some of the adults in there that are still looking at some of those sets that say, yeah, I don't want to go all the way to the Elite. I'll tell you, if they start going anything that remotely resembles the intricacy of a Technic set, Lego better watch out.
Well, they also have the entire Hot Wheels car library to pull from.
Oh, yeah.
So you have a lot of people obsess over Speed Champions, and obviously the F1 stuff is not up my alley. But for those that are looking for more cars, this is great. I wish Mattel had showed off anything else besides cars to kind of show us what else they can do. Obviously, it's the first jump, right? But just as somebody who's not really into Hot Wheels or cars in general, I would have loved to have seen anything else, but we'll wait and see.
This is a good start for them, though. It's an identifiable brand. They're tying in the car toy with it. You get the cool little plaque, and then once you really start digging into, because that's what it's for. It's going to be for these car model makers that really want a premium product when they build it, that doesn't feel like it gives you the same experience as Lego, but doesn't feel like Lego, and you don't have to spend as much. And that's,
yeah,
man, if these sets click together and work well, man, it's going to be, I hope that this isn't just all they've got, like that they have more in the hopper that they can start pulling from. But it shows that they're going to go into their library of toy brands and start go there and not worry about, at least in my opinion, worrying about those outside, IPs. Like they're going to just be like, okay, we have our little home here. We've got our collection.
You know what I really want now that they have the metal parts, which I'm curious how many are in here and how that affects price. But now they have the Fallout license. I want the T60 power armor, about 9 to 12 inches tall. It's all metal, all everything. Make that $150. Are you kidding me? Yeah. Absolutely, dude. Absolutely.
I know the wheels are metal. I don't know all the other pieces. I think there's like a metal Hot Wheel like tag or something that goes like underneath the car. But other than the wheels, I'm not sure what else is going to be metal and stuff. But the seats, the mechanics on this premium one, you have to push a button to pop the hood, and it's like they got cool, room for the tire to go in the back. Like, I mean, it's the car guys are gonna go nuts over these,
and it's also designed super well. It doesn't look like a clunky whatever. It looks like just yeah, it looks really, really, really nice. So
that was the problem I had with the Corvette. The curves weren't there. I was like, it feels too boxy. And everybody's like, well, it's Lego. What do you expect? Here's a brick built car with curves.
And Mega / Mattel have never been afraid to make custom parts and colors to do what they need them to do, like with what they did with Pokemon, which is why I've been worried about Pokemon with Lego. And now you can see what Brick Shop is doing with this stuff. So I think there's reason to be nervous on that front, and then it shows you what they can do, man. It's really cool.
I mean, we kind of knew. They had said, Mattel had said that look for more information starting in May. Like they had said that was a thing, but I'm not sure. I wasn't following the news. I was kind of focused in on Lego, so I'm not really sure which hit first. Was it all of the Lego summer releases, or was it Mattel with their information and then somebody followed suit? You know what I mean? Like there's this gamesmanship that's been happening between these two companies this year, where we had National Lego Day, right? And then that was when Mattel announced, hey, we got our brick shop coming. More information coming in May, right? That was their first teaser, was on National Lego Day. And then here we go again. Lego drops all of their summer announcements, like all of them, one fell swoop.
I wouldn't call these announcements. Okay. What I would call them is all of the fan media sites got the same update at the same time. But when I think of an announcement from Lego, I think about what appears on the Instagram, what appears on the Facebook page. That is their announcements. And they didn't announce anything today. They did the Sherlock Holmes, which we'll be talking about in a little while here, but they have not announced, technically, in my opinion, anything else. So
they just put it on their website. I mean, you're not wrong. They just kind of like dropped it on their website.
Yeah.
I mean, that they relied on outside sources to tell that story. They put it in and they made everything available on their website, which again was what seems to be the bulk of their summer lineup for 2025. And we got a lot of stuff. I mean, we got Mario sets, Marvel, Creator, Speed Champions, Technic, Wednesday, Animal Crossings. We got Disney out there. Like, there's a lot of stuff happening that they just kind of vomited out on their website. And it was literally like refresh every 30 seconds to see what new set kind of popped up, and pictures weren't loading all the way because they hadn't updated everything yet. It was like them playing catch up, which is interesting because, what made them decide to hit that button today kind of thing? I mean, Star Wars, like, you know, this was the release of all the Star Wars sets they had going on. It's a big Star Wars Day extravaganza. You've got gift with purchases out there. They actually had a pretty decent launch on their website last night, which was a shock. The site didn't seem to crash for really anybody, and queues weren't bad, and people got their sets and kind of moved on. I think the Jango Fett ship might be in back order by now, but I don't know what else might be. It was a pretty smooth launch, but they just quickly pivoted to the next thing. Like, okay, Star Wars is done, even though the weekend's not over that we promised you to celebrate. We're off and running with no real announcements. So it's been an interesting 24 hours. I want to get into some of the overpriced stuff, Marvel, but Mario had some interesting drops today. I'm gonna let you kind of crack your knuckles on this one and go to town. But this is actually the one on our screen right now with the Mario Kart. It's something you and I talked about early on when they started talking about Mario Kart.
Yes, this is the most logical move they could do, putting the Mario with the cart in a starter kit. Ideally, this would be like $40, but we all know it's going to be 50 because that's what the starter course is currently at right now. And expect them to do similarly for Peach and Luigi eventually, which will cause me to buy all of them again because I'm a sucker and a Goomba. So what was really interesting about the summer wave for Lego Super Mario, for me as a big fan, is that, you have more Mario Kart with Mario Kart World on the horizon. Of course, we finally get Wario, which is a main character that we haven't gotten yet. So a lot of people were like, will Wario be the fourth figure? No, he's not important enough, and clearly because he's in his own set and whatever. The character, you got Boo with those carts. It looks awesome. Really, really cool. That's a highlight for me. The Bowser Castle, we've gotten Yoshi, we've gotten Bowser. There's not really anything that stands out to me that makes this really, it's just kind of whatever. Captain Toad is now a character that you can get in Lego form. So Captain Toad's actually a really fun puzzle game, co-op puzzle game that you could play. It's very, very, very cute. So excited about that. That'll be like $20. That's an easy get. You have a Toad house, which is different colored toads. The one that I am most kind of perturbed by is the Prince Florian and Castle Bowser. A lot of you probably don't know because maybe you haven't played it, but Mario Wonder came out on Switch, and that is basically the final castle, the final world, whatever, is that giant Bowser head. So of all of the games that they are diving back into, pulling from a specific game, it's not Super Mario 64, it's not Sunshine, it's not Odyssey, it's Mario Wonder. And there's so much more they could have pulled from to do a 2D representation or a specific game representation. So I think it's an interesting call. They went with this and not literally anything else, but it's cool. I'm getting all of them because look at me. So, otherwise, yeah.
Is that a Nintendo call or is that a Lego call?
I don't know, man. I can only hope that there is something in that back pocket where they're like, man, we're going to really, we're going to do Mario Odyssey with the spaceship itself, the Odyssey ship. We're going to make that its own direct to consumer, really kind of a thing. We're going to do Peach's Castle. We're going to do blah, 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 blah. You just got to give them time. That's my heart leading me astray. That's me at the middle school dance waiting for me to get shunned by the girl I have a crush on. So,
we know we got the Game Boy coming in October. Do they historically do any other Mario launches, or is it just kind of this twice a year thing and then now we're done?
Well, before it was October and that was it. So now we have May for the Mario Kart, which we'll be doing the build event, which is really cool. And then other than that, yeah, nothing.
Interesting.
So I will keep suffering, basically.
So you think we're stuck with the same 3 electronic figures? We're not getting anything.
Yeah. No.
That's such a bummer.
There's no other character you could do.
Well, I mean, without doing Wario the way they did and whatnot, and Donkey Kong, they didn't, do that.
Bowser.
They started doing, Bowser. Like it
Yeah,
you know,
that's it.
yeah, that to me, that's a bummer. Like, I would spend the money on it, but you know, hey, that's just me.
They could put a giant like steaming pile of caca in that box, and if it's got the Lego Mario logo on it, I'd buy it. So it's fine.
Yeah, man, I wish they would just sell the little Mario Kart separately, so you didn't have to get the electronic one again. It's cheaper, and you get to get the electronic thing again.
Wait, like that cart that we have on screen?
Yeah,
they do.
They do.
It's the cart with Toad. Yes.
Oh, that thing. Oh, yeah, you're right. Will interact.
Now I don't know if they're. So it actually is different. Well, I don't know if it's actually different, but this one doesn't include the glider. The other one does.
But does it have the scan chip on it?
Yes,
it does.
Yeah.
Oh, well, there you go. Okay. Well, that solves that problem. The problem that it doesn't solve, though, is the overpriced Marvel sets that we have coming out that just are head scratchers on price and what you get with them and everything. But they are giving us a Quinjet for I don't know how many times. However, this new Quinjet looks good, feels good, and by God, it comes with a Quicksilver and a Hawkeye.
And an Ultron.
Well, and Ultron. I don't care about Ultron. I want a Hawkeye. I actually like this Quinjet. I think this Quinjet looks good. I mean, yeah, it's very, whatever, but it's not bad. 120, 130 bucks, 1,100 pieces. I mean, I'm down with this. 5 minifigures with it. Yeah, 5.
It looks smaller than the one that came out a couple years ago with the OG Avengers in it.
Yeah,
it does look smaller. So
that's been the MO for them, right? Look at the Tumbler, right? That playset Tumbler that just came out. Like,
Tumbler's really bad.
You compare that to the last one, and it's it's more pieces, but it's smaller pieces. That's what they're doing, and I'm telling you, people are not wise to it. Like, they know what they're doing. We can clearly see it, and eventually, your customer is going to turn on you. They're gonna get fed up with this stuff when you start having things like Mattel out there that are maybe doing some interesting things. But yeah, as far as a Marvel guy in me, I see this Quinjet and I'm like, yeah, I'm down. I don't have, I'm like, I've got one, but I kind of like the look. I don't know. This may be smaller, but I kind of like the look of this one better.
What about that Oscorp Tower, man?
Don't talk to me about that. That thing doesn't exist in this dojo, as far as I'm concerned. I don't understand that. I was having the conversation earlier today, and I was like, when something like the Daily Bugle still exists on your website, when people can get that, and they can get all the 25 minifigs or something that comes with it, and the price is where it is. Nah, dude, like this front facade of a play set at that price with what you're getting, absolutely not. With plain no detail minifigure junk. Like, come on, dude. What poor schmuck is out there buying that for the kid and spending that kind of money? I feel so bad for them, like, not knowing any better. I really do. I
really do like the Eddie Brock with the Venom reference. I like that. It's kind of cheeky, but yeah,
it's cute. I mean, you can
do that anywhere.
Yeah. The ones that stood out to me, obviously, I like the Quinjet, the creator sets coming out. I like the homage to the Monster Hunters haunted house. I know, be still your beating heart, right? Like, so good. All it does is make me want that set back, though. Like, I really want that set.
I remain firm that there should always be a Halloween something on shelves at any given time. Dare I say it, Zach? I might get canceled for this. I think this is a perfect Lego set.
Oh my, he said it, chat. He said it.
And I say that I say that because it totally, like, completely accurately represents what it's supposed to be. You have everything besides like a Dracula in there. You have the ghost, the skeleton, werewolf. Like like if you need a Halloween set to put like in your front entryway of your house as you're welcoming trick or treaters, this is the one. And it's 700 pieces, $90. It's, you know, approachable. It's not overtly expensive. Like, I think it's amazing. The sand green is wonderful. All of it is wonderful, amazing. If we can't get a $400 haunted castle, which actually we are with the Bricklink Designer Program thing, but if we can't get one officially through Lego in that sense, that's the one.
Yeah. I mean, I just want it for the little minifigs. I have the other haunted house set that is retired, and I would love these minifigs to go inside that, you know, and around that. So I don't necessarily need the whole set, but I love what they've done here with this. I absolutely love this. And well played Lego. All I want is the bigger version of this now, frankly. Yeah. But I mean, they, you know, the 3-in-1s continue to, as far as those creator sets go, they continue to knock it out. The medieval, you know, horse knight castle, great. Like they do good stuff. They do great stuff with these. They can get a little expensive, but again, you technically have 3 builds. If you want to tear them down, build them again, tear them down, build them again. Like you can do that, you know, with them. You got things like Speed Champions out there. I'm not really going to say a whole lot about that. You got a lot of Technic sets coming out. You know, some of them look good. The Skyline looks great. The Skyliner, the Fast and Furious car, the Technic version of that. I think they did a pretty good job on that. Looks pretty good. Animal Crossing coming back. Thoughts on the new Animal Crossing sets?
Touch briefly on it. You know, Animal Crossing is one of those things. If you've built one of them, you've kind of built all of them. They follow a very similar form factor. And, you know, I've been waiting for all the buildings generally. You know, we if you played Animal Crossing New Horizons, you know basically what is in store, and then the museum is the big one, the new one. So yeah, I think at 500 pieces, I would have wanted it to be like 750, make it a little bit bigger, but you get everything as part of it, so it ticks all the boxes there. Otherwise, you get what you get. It's pretty general, run of the mill kind of a deal. You know, I don't know what else could surprise me at this point, but yeah, they're cool. I'll get them.
Yeah. Then you know, you got a Wednesday set out there, which I mean, it's not mini dolls. It's not for me. I'm excited about the new season of Wednesday on Netflix. But you know, I personally I liked the Tower Dormitory one from the first wave a lot. And I feel like this was kind of a, you know, it's the flower thing, and you know, the people that love their botanicals, I could see them snagging this kind of thing. But that repetitive building of the flower stuff never appeals to me. But Disney showed up. We got what is it? Stitch's girlfriend. And
I have a feeling that is not going to sell. Just calling it now.
Yeah, it's, you know, it is what it is. The thing with me though is like you got that, but then you got the one that everybody's gonna want, and it's that 101 Dalmatian puppy. You know, which looks amazing, and for better or for worse, they gave us basically a 2-in-1, and you can build it with 2 different styles of dog, and you can have the same pose as the Simba, or you can have a little bit more of a dynamic, you know, style pose with the other dog. And I'm digging the dynamic style pose of the dog. Disney Nut and me says, yes, please. You know, absolutely. It's, I believe it's more expensive than the Simba, which was a little surprising. Yeah, that's
surprising.
It's $20 more than the Simba.
That won't nearly sell as well as Simba in any way.
Yeah. I mean, it's more pieces, but where? I think the extra pieces are because it's a 2-in-1, right? So, you know, but yeah, it's, you know, it's for older school Disney fans. It's not, you know, Simba is still kind of fresh on people's mind. They had the live action film as well, which helps, you know, and this, I don't know, but the dog fan in me is like, okay, I'll take a Simba. Or I'll take a 101 Dalmatian puppy. 100%. I'm down with that.
Yeah.
But that's not, my God, that's not even all of the summer sets that they announced and launched and everything. They also gave us our first look at possibly a new line of a sub theme, if you will, of Lego sets with a Book Nook Sherlock set. And I have mixed feelings about it. I'm kind of excited about the Book Nook style. I think it's a cool idea. I love. I wouldn't have the patience to build one of like the little wood Book Nook things that you can craft and whatnot. But I love the way they look, and I love how creative they get with what they're able to fit in this relatively thinner diorama style. Right. This thing, I feel like it suffered, in my opinion, because they insisted on adding the opening element to it and making it more of that front facade. And they wanted to give people the opportunity to open it up and play around with the inside stuff and like open things up. And how many people are going to do that after they build it the first time, I don't know. But the idea of a Book Nook is that it's thinner and it's supposed to slide into your books and take up space in that, as a book end or whatever. And I feel like because of that, and they weren't able to put a back on it because of that opening style, or at least they wanted to save on piece count and not have a mechanism that closed that off as you opened it up or something. Designers are smart enough that they could devise a way for that thing to kind of fold in on itself and have a closing element to it. I think they were just trying to save on the piece count here and, not have that be the case. So, what are your thoughts on this Book Nook for Sherlock?
I agree. They were trying to save on piece count here. There's definitely more you could extrapolate on this to make it like way cooler and make it way more dynamic. I can totally see how you could design the set to basically have that, like the back of it, so it's not like open air. Like you could close it off, you can make it look whatever, and then to that point, you could also add stuff to the sides. You like I want this to like play around with it and like extrapolate on it, because obviously when I see Lego, I'm like, oh, you make a pro gamer's guide version of this in some way somehow, the brick city skyline with the characters. And I also thought this would be really perfect for like a Sesame Street, where if you imagine like, here's a Book Nook here, but on those sides, instead of it just being like the flat pieces, if you extended it out brick built wise a little bit more, you could add different windows for buildings with the Sesame Street characters popping out of there. You could add, you could make it like a thicker Book Nook, like, it'd be like, probably 6 inches bigger in total, but you could add way more detail and make it like a fully playable thing and still maintain the integrity of it being a Book Nook. So I would love to like mock my own kind of thing in that way. I think as it is right now, it's cool. I forget how much this is going to be.
$129.99 US.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So that's expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know if anybody loves Sherlock Holmes enough to like get a bunch of these and whatever. But if they release a Lord of the Rings or a Harry Potter or a blah, 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 you could literally release 6 of these, 7 of these for Harry Potter. Easy, cash money. Do 1 a year for the next 7 years or 2 a year, whatever. Easy cash money. So
yeah,
additive.
That's why I call it kind of like that sub theme, because they can slide it into their already established themes, like Lord of the Rings, like Harry Potter. Those things, they apply themselves to this style. At that price, it starts to get a little tricky, but I mean, it kind of falls in line with the helmets and stuff, or the Star Wars dioramas. It's a different way to do a diorama that when you're talking about a literary property like, Sherlock Holmes or Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter, the Book Nook style makes itself really, really neat. to do that and capture moments with it. Like I could see them, instead of building, a big Minas Tirith from Lord of the Rings, you do it in a Book Nook style, and it has elements of the story woven throughout the different levels, but I think you have to make them bigger. And I think you have to have a back, and there's those types of things. And once again, I don't know why Lego continues to fall on their face when it comes to signage and whatever this is. But this Baker Street printed, these 2 Baker Street printed tiles. Good God, man, why can we not have our prominent title thing at the top of whatever building that you're doing not have this weird kerning thing going on? Like, it's just it just kills me inside when I see that S so close to that line, and it doesn't feel, it's just it's like nails on a chalkboard when I see that stuff. It's the Gringotts all over again, man. Bothersome. I don't know how you do it otherwise, other than just, I guess you can't make it as a single, or just don't do it. Don't put it up there. Just don't put it up there. Like, absolutely don't put it up there. Put it somewhere else, on a street sign, like on the front or something, so it moves with it, as opposed to right across the top.
Believe it's a Barnes & Noble exclusive. Well, I mean, if there's going to be any Lego set that is going to be exclusive to Barnes & Noble of all places, this is going to be the one. So, it is what it is.
Available for pre-order now if you want to go ahead and get it, but does launch on June 1st. I'm torn at $130. It's a set that I want to pick up eventually, but it's also like, do I want to go down this path of now, like
that one, wait until they do a Lord of the Rings one, which was underneath the sheet next to the Sherlock Holmes one.
Can we talk about that sheet for a second? They do this, and it drives me batty, where they have all of the video that they're now allowed to, show on social media of their Lego Fan Media Day, and they have this sheet laying on this table. And they've got 2 giant lumps. They pull the sheet back only to reveal one of the lumps. Let's ignore this other one, like Bruno in the corner. Like, let's just ignore the thing. And they're not even going to, on a day when they're announcing everything under the sun, they leave that extra lump alone. And that is maddening. Why?
Well, because they want us to have this conversation about how it should be Lord of the Rings, and then voila, it is Lord of the Rings. But they want to introduce you to the idea of the product and then give you the product you actually want directly after it. So as soon as that Lord of the Rings thing is revealed to also be coming out on June 1st, nobody's going to buy this thing, and everybody's going to buy the Lord of the Rings one.
I'm waiting for it to give me the old, and it be a Harry Potter one that looks like garbage. That's what I'm waiting on. I'm waiting on that other one to make the big reveal, and it's going to be that, and it's going to be a poo-poo moment. I'm going to hate it. I'm going to hate every second of it. I'll tell you what I didn't hate, though, was the reveal of the brand new Batmobile, the Val Kilmer, the Batman Forever version Batmobile. And this is, to me, this is very timely. Obviously was never intended, but with Val Kilmer recently passing, I think this is fantastic. The model itself for the Batmobile, amazing. It's one of the best things to come out of those Joel Schumacher films was the stylized Batmobile redo that they did after the Tim Burton phase. Loved this. Absolutely love this. And I hope that this leads into a much larger version down the road, maybe next year or something like that, which has kind of been their MO too, right? Like they give us the play version, the play set version, and then we get a much larger much larger version. But the trans blue that they have kind of sprinkled throughout to help, highlight and accentuate some of the glow that the thing had, the over stylized massive, wing on the back. They got out of the gargoyles for a Batman stand. They went with like this cool stylized, bluish, stand with it. I'm actually kind of surprised they didn't go, green, since it's Batman Forever, and that was the whole like green motif that they had sprinkled around that whole film. But absolutely love this. 100% need to get this set. Could go in my little Batman shelf. I can't wait to have this, and then hopefully a big version down the road.
Yeah, I've never seen the movie. I got no feedback whatsoever, but glad it exists.
What? Wait, what Batman movies have you seen?
Batman v Superman, the Nolan films. Oh, I think it might just be that. I haven't dived deep, honestly.
Wow. Okay, so you can skip Batman and Robin. Just skip it.
Yeah, because I know there's a lot of them that I can skip and we don't talk about XYZ. That's why I'm like, okay, Nolan onward, I'll just whatever.
Yeah, but no, the original Batman, Batman Returns, and Batman Forever, those are good movies. Those Batman Forever, that was a wild, because it was like such a departure from what we got with the Tim Burton, Michael Keaton thing. Joel Schumacher went back to comic book like roots and look, and went over stylized, and obviously that Jim Carrey taking his turn as the Riddler went bananas, and Tommy Lee Jones was an absolute crazy person in that film, and it was interesting watching him try to figure out how to be different crazy than Jim Carrey's crazy. And having both of those guys, and they walked a fine line, but they were able to separate it enough to make it work. But it was a very, very well done. I thought Val Kilmer was a great Bruce Wayne. I don't know how good he was at Batman, but he was a great Bruce Wayne. So I was I was happy about that. Nicole Kidman felt like she was in a different movie. I'm not sure what movie she thought she was in, but it was a very different. I'm not sure what she was doing that way. But I mean, come on, man. It gave us the Kiss from Mariah. It had a great soundtrack. Overall, had a great soundtrack.
Yeah.
U2 was on that thing. Obviously, Seal. I'm trying to remember some of the other ones. But it was a great soundtrack. I remember just living off that soundtrack, in the 90s. It was a great soundtrack.
I feel like that's something that got lost in the turn of the 2000s, was like that commitment to like having a really powerful soundtrack with like actual like tracks that weren't just like for the movie, but like transcended the movie, and you heard them on the radio and you heard them everywhere.
Music inspired by.
Yeah.
That was definitely one of those. What was the other one that came out around the same? Oh, Daredevil. The Ben Affleck Daredevil had a really good soundtrack that was kind of overlooked, I felt like. And man, I love that. I lived off that. Was the music I collected when I was in the 90s, when I was making all my mixtapes and stuff, because I didn't have a CD player in my really crappy car. So I was all about making mixtapes with my CD player at home, and it was soundtracks. I was collecting soundtracks, and because they had all like the popular music, from the time, like all the charted music was coming from these soundtracks. And so I was taking all the best songs from that and making my mixtapes and then putting those in my car. It was great. It was, that was my music. That was my music for the time. Music to my ears is advent calendars. I love advent calendars. They're one of the things I look forward to the most out of Lego every year. They're overpriced out of the gate, so you gotta wait till you get closer to the Christmas time. But so don't pre-order these, because they're all available for pre-order right now. Now, they only gave us 4 officially launched on their website. We're assuming we're getting a city one. I think you've seen it or whatever, but
I've seen it. Yeah, I think I saw it on the website too, maybe before this recording began. But yeah,
okay, good. I just, as of writing the outline for this episode. I hadn't seen it yet on the website.
It's the same stuff. You get Santa, Mrs. Claus, a bunch of city people, a snowman, and a tree. Moving on.
Okay. Well, moving on to what I thought was an interesting addition was the Minecraft advent calendar. And I mean, is this the first time we're getting an advent calendar for Minecraft?
Yep.
Does this get you excited? Is this something that people were asking for?
Sky is blue, grass is green. This should have been a thing for years, man. Kids love Minecraft. I like Minecraft, and have it for the holidays. Why not? And it gives you an opportunity to have the biome be all about the wintry, foresty vibe. And Minecraft is really cool because a lot of what makes Minecraft cool is not just like minifigures. It's like the mobs that go with them. So you get the snow golem and polar bear and a bunch of other stuff. So as opposed to the city one where, this year we're getting like costume characters like the reindeer and whatever other stuff, right? Like generally you'll get like, here's a fireman's little axe with a holder. You're like, this is stupid. Whereas with the Minecraft stuff, you're actually getting like more brick built characters and stuff to add to your setup that's kind of cohesive. So I think this will be a slam dunk. I think it's worth it right at the gate at 45. And I know this will do well, especially with the movie doing gangbusters as it has. So
now I've got 4 on the website right now. I've got Disney, I've got Minecraft, I've got Star Wars, and I've got Harry Potter. I don't see any of the other ones on the actual website yet, but which is right now Marvel isn't anywhere to be found, and I'm assuming again City.
Good. Those have sucked, right?
Dude, the Marvel one last year was absolutely horrific.
Yeah.
Like I'm not even sure, and that was the thing. Like I'm at the point. Stop it. Like get rid of. If that's what you're going to give us with the Marvel, I would rather have the Minecraft ones. The Star Wars one,
Like that kind of sucks too.
It's an interesting
you get a Jawa, that's about it for like a specialty something with just a torso, right?
That's the deal, right? Is like the R2 unit has, is colored schemed to Christmas,
Right.
but the only thing with a Christmas sweater is the Jawa. I love that we get a Babu Frick. I'm really excited about that. But it does not feel Christmassy. This is actually one of the first Star Wars ones where I'm like going, ugh, I'm not really feeling this one this year, which is kind of a bummer. I was really excited. I thought they knocked last year's Star Wars one out of the park. But Babu Frick being in this, it's like, do I need to get the whole advent calendar for Babu? Like, I don't know.
What is he? He's a little, he's a micro figure.
He's a micro figure. Yeah.
Oh, I'm like looking at my screen like,
because like they got a little micro figure, BD1, which again, if you've got the BD1, you got that BD, you got it, and
Buzz Droid in there. Yeah. I mean, there's some nuggets in here, but I would. Oh, you got C-3PO with the red eyes.
The red eyes. Yeah, I noticed that.
There's enough there that you can extrapolate. For me,
not for $45 though.
No, and as somebody who looks at episodes 8 and 9, I'm like, I'm like, let me go get my Babu Freak. Yeah, right. Get out of here. Right,
hey man, I got a little Babu Freak sitting right over here on the floor. Man, I love Babu.
Good for you. I'm happy for you.
Yes. Harry Potter, though, the Christmas sweaters are turned up to 11 over on the Harry Potter. I'm digging what Harry Potter is putting down this year. That may be the one that I'm probably the most excited about between the minifigs and the some of the like the Birdie Bots things and the Patronus and Buckbeak, and they got some good stuff going on in the
Zach, we got a Lego Star Wars advent calendar. We got a Harry Potter. What about a Lego Super Mario advent calendar? Let's have that.
Well, don't they have to first make Mario minifigs?
So I will be more likely to pick up a Minecraft one over the other ones. The other ones will be off of my wish list and off of my cart and not in my abode.
Yeah. Yeah, the Harry Potter one is interesting. Disney goes, Disney's, it's the mini dolls, and it's not.
Dude, give me a Toad advent Roy, I would cry if they gave us a Toad and Santa Toad. Let's go. Actually, at Universal, they have these really awesome holiday themed things for Mario and Luigi. They're like Snowman Mario Luigi. They're very, very cool. Pokemon also does a really good job at like getting into the holidays with their merch and stuff. Now give me a Pokemon holiday advent calendar. Game over. Game over. That will be so anyways, sorry.
Do you think we get Pokemon minifigs with the trainers and
No, absolutely not. No, those are all brick built, baby. You are not getting. You think you're getting custom molded characters of all 1,000 Pokemon?
No, not the actual, not the Pokemon, the trainers, the.
No one cares about the
sister,
trainers besides Ash, Misty, and Brock. No one cares. So, I mean, could they, of all the different, Officer Jenny and Nurse Joy? Of course they could. I think they're just going to emphasize the Pokemon, and they're all going to be brick built in different scales, and they'll be all that.
Man, I'm so curious about Pokemon.
Pokemon advent. You cowards at Lego, you don't have the courage to do it. You don't have the courage in this climate of all these rising prices to give us a Pokemon advent calendar for $50. Bunch of cowards you are.
Team Rocket Figs would go hard. See, I'm with Matthew on this one. I think Team Rocket Figs would go hard.
But they're cowards. They're not going to do it. What are we going to do about Mattel Brick Shop?
I know, you got Mattel nipping at your heels. Maybe it's time to pivot a little bit and start thinking about some of this stuff. Maybe, give the people
Mattel
what they want.
Mattel Brick Shop walked onto the schoolyard, cracked his knuckles, like, "Give me your lunch money, little boy," and then just. Well, you got we have a speed champion F1 cars. That's cute. And then here's this metal Hot Wheels.
That's literally what they did. They just They said, "Here, hold my brick."
Bunch of cowards they are.
They got to
quivering in their boots.
Got to get people what they want, man. It's I'll tell you what, they might be thinking twice about putting a collector card in all these Pokemon sets next year. Like, oh wait, maybe we do need to up the
gonna do it. Oh, and I can't wait. I can't wait. Oh, it's gonna be awful. It's gonna be a disaster.
I've never been so excited about not caring about a new Lego line in my life.
There's gonna be the whole entire Lego fan base is gonna be so mad at all those hardcore Pokemon TCG neckbeards that will take all the cards out of those vending machines at Walmarts and flip things and break cards on whatnot and sell them and get them graded, and all the AFOLs are gonna hate those. They're gonna hate those people. It's gonna be awesome. I can't wait.
Mr. Bricks O'Brien spreading that love to all of the
spreading the hatred that AFOLs will have for the TCG community. Let's go.
Yikes. Well, listen. Defeat those trolls.
Defeat those trolls. There it is, Roy.
Speaking of defeating all the trolls, we got we're in the midst of something really big here with your Kickstarter campaign for Pro Gamers Guide to Defeating Trolls. Talk a little bit about that with the last 1 minute and 40 seconds that we have.
We had a really remarkable front page Kickstarter kickoff, bringing in, I think it was like $25,000 in like 8 hours, something like that. It was unbelievable. So everybody who was there, thank you very much for supporting. Within minutes of it going live means the world to Kevin and I. We greatly appreciate it. We are now 62% of the way to being fully funded. We have, at the time of this recording, 17 days to make it happen and bring this project to life. So if you or anybody you know has dealt with bullying online or in real life that would be really impacted by this really fun way of navigating those toxic situations, let them know. a parent, a teacher, somebody who would really resonate with it, Kevin and I would greatly appreciate it. And if you add a donated book to your pledge, no matter how many donated books it is, Kevin is going to be adding your suggestion to our yellow brick wall we have, which will be featured in the art book you're getting with your pledge. So lots of benefits all the way around. And we hope that you can support in whatever way you can. And even if not, sharing it out to the people that it matters most would be greatly appreciated.
That's the big thing is get the links, share them out. We'll make sure we have the link to the Kickstarter in today's show's description, Brian. Yes?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. That way people can easily click the link in the description or copy the link in the description and share it out on their own social, because you never know who might see it and be able to contribute to it. Maybe you've already contributed, and that's an opportunity where you can still continue to help contributing beyond financially. Mr. Bricks O'Brien. Oh,
very happy that on episode 64 we could talk about Super Mario this time.
That's impressive. That's impressive. It's like we planned that. Mr. Bricks O'Brien, thank you for another fantastic episode. If you are with us live on YouTube, stick around. We do have a post show if you'd like to discuss any more about the sets that we had to quickly go by because of all the stuff in the news today. Stick around and let us know your thoughts on that.
And talk about Lego Masters as well.
Yeah, Lego Masters coming up. We got, dude, the news just keeps going. Hey, we'll catch you guys on the flippity flip. Make sure you like, subscribe, share out the link, hit those heart buttons in chat right now. And we will see you guys next Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern time, right here on YouTube. Until then, everybody, bye! I was gonna leave the music going until he came back, because once again he just left me. He just left me, chat. He runs away so fast when this show is over. It's ridiculous. He just gone. And he out. And there he is. There, he's back now. This is fine. This is fine. Well, welcome to the Z&B Live post show, everybody. He is a magician.
Hello. What a time, man. What a time.
Yeah. Sorry, I was getting a text. Hold on one second. I'll let you carry the post show for a second.
Well, thank you, everybody, for being here and tuning in. Yeah, definitely a packed show for sure, all the way around. Not a lot that we, could leave room for with everything that was already here. One of those things being Lego Masters airing on May 19th, which is happening in just shortly after the Kickstarter concludes on that Monday. So I am curious if this will finally be the season where I don't know anybody who is going to be on the show. I don't know anything ahead of time in terms of like who might be involved or whatever. All I know is that they recorded this a long time ago, and there was something that came up where they were not releasing it. So now they're finally releasing it. They normally air Lego Masters every September, and that leads into the holiday special in December, basically. So yeah.
I thought they already, didn't they already show a teaser trailer for it? I thought we already knew who was going to be on it.
So the way that they operate for Lego Masters, they'll do a sizzle reel trailer, but they won't do a formal introduction of the teams until a separate news media post goes out about it. So you can extrapolate who's in it if you know who's in there and whatever. But if I recall correctly, even though you could see Nick in the trailer for season 3, he could not say, yes, I'm in Lego Masters.
Wow.
Voila. Because of the way the production company works and the blah, 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 blah.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I don't know. I don't know anybody going into it at all. I didn't hear anything from anybody about any, whatever. So, I think when you pull from the pool of people who are camera ready Lego people. The pool has gotten smaller and smaller as time has gone on.
You know who's not on it? These two guys.
Us.
These two bozos.
Nah.
One of these days.
That more and more guy was missing for a while.
That's
He's working
true.
He's working on way cooler things.
Where do you think AZ's been this whole time?
Yeah.
AZ's the one that's been missing.
No, this was recorded last year, way last year.
Yeah.
I have no personality. At least you're comfortable admitting it. So, it's a matter of, I think most people here don't necessarily care about Lego Masters. Do you still have a desire to be on the show at all, Zach?
Me? I would love to do it. I would be a complete, what do you always say? A Goomba in a cake trying to figure out how to make anything on there. I'd be curious to see like how good I would be at something. I've never been put in a position where I like had a plethora of bricks available to me in any kind of organized fashion where I could like just create something. And I think like that's what stopped me, right? Is like I can go into my giant sack of shame back here and dig for hours and hours. But like if I get something in my brain of how I want to do something and I can't find the pieces of how to do it, then I fold really easily, right? Like I don't want to keep going. But having that stuff available to me, I mean, could my inner child, because that was what I did as a kid. Right? The pieces I had, I would create like intricate ships with and stuff like spaceships and things. And I would convert them. And I had stories built up in my brain of, okay, so my space fighters, where they left, they were in the middle of a battle and they went through a warp tunnel that ended up on a water-filled planet. So they had to convert all of their ships into submarines, right? So I had to change all the stuff to boats instead of airships and things. I had to convert the styles to it. Stuff like that, right? Like I always had these ideas in my head. That's I wonder, like, would that kick back up again if I was put in that position, or would I fold under the pressure? I don't know.
I think you would allow that creativity to flow through you, and then that is what matters more than most of the creation part of it matters, but if you can carry it with a good story, that's all those judges care about, is a good story, how you convey it, and your articulation of it in the build. So I would think you do well.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. I'll tell you right now, you get us both on there, at least it would be entertaining. I just want to be that guy that like walks around and drops mental grenades on other teams, right? Like Brian's over there working his tail off trying to get the set done, and I'm just walking around to all the other teams, and I just kind of look over their shoulder and I go, huh, that's not what I would have done. And then I just walk away. Just walk away, right?
Perfect for Fox reality TV.
Right. Or I walk behind somebody and go, well, that's a choice. And I just walk away, right? Like that kind of thing. Would love it. Just eat it up. Be amazing. They would rig the game to keep us longer.
They would.
It'd be amazing.
If there's anything anybody else wants us to talk about that we didn't get a chance to during it, I know Roy brought up that there's new factions for the castle stuff. They unveiled the final images of all the Bricklink Designer Program sets going live on June 10th, which I will be pre-ordering that Mushroom Village. And they don't charge you until October when they actually ship. So keep that in mind. Very similar to Kickstarter in that way. So yeah, make sure that you get whatever pre-order you want in, because I feel like a lot of these are going to sell out, especially that Tortuga. I mean, we can talk about it next week, but yeah, a lot of those I think are going to sell.
I saved it for next week. I'm cool. Thinking, now I'm thinking, okay, well, what the heck is going to be next week's show, right? Like what else are they going to roll out? Like watch them next week drop the Death Star.
No, I think they're going to leave it for well after this May thing, because they also didn't make a big deal out of that battle droid with the staff pilot thing that buildable.
Oh, K2SO?
No, the droid, the Phantom Menace droid, the battle droid.
Oh, has that been announced?
I mean, I've seen it. You check the website, just type in battle droid.
I didn't see it available.
I mean, it's definitely a thing.
Oh, I mean, I knew it was supposed to be a thing, but I didn't see that they had
Yeah,
actually.
I've seen pictures that look very official.
Yeah, it's not on there yet, but yeah, I mean, K2SO, they did at Celebration, but yeah, I don't see anything.
There's that, and then the actual battle droid will be probably soon. How do you feel about the remembering of Ninjago minifigures since we broke 100? There's 100 Ninjago minifigures. Has it taken that long? Really? Crazy.
I was shocked how well I was too. I'll tell you, it was weird. I had one hiccup where because I did get the Django Fett chip. I got in right away, or I'm sorry, I logged in at like what was that, 11:55 or something, right? Like 5 minutes early, and it went right in, no problem. And the Django Fett said buy, like it had the add to bag as opposed to pre-order. I was like, oh, it's already available. Click. And then it did not add the GWPs with it. The GWPs weren't live yet. The listings were live, but the GWP was not. So I had to back out of that, wait, and then it refreshed a couple times. Then it finally went through.
Yeah.
But that was the only issue that I ran into.
You know, all you children playing your games with these battles with the Lego websites. I went to war for the Nintendo Switch 2, and I came out victorious twice.
I still don't know how you did that. I had a buddy that they just went to GameStop and got it.
Yes, you could have waited in line. Yeah.
They kind of went in thinking they weren't going to be able to get it, and they kind of walked in late, and they still had whatever.
GameStop learned from the Amiibo fiasco years ago. They would put on the door like, this is exactly how many we have. And you could see what's on the door, count the amount of people in line, and be like, oh, I'm out of luck. And then you could leave, or you could stay in line. So it's pretty cut and dry. I mean, I knew I wanted it for the moment, like, to get it. So I didn't want it shipped from Target. I wanted it to be, in my possession the night it was unveiled at midnight. So I got one very close to me, thankfully.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I think you got to add the quotes around Tower, not Oscorp Tower, but just Tower. That new Oscorp.
So we
Tower.
knew that they weren't going to do a $300 version because you can't do two giant Spider-Man centric, buildings at once. Is Oscorp that important compared to the Daily Bugle? I mean, you could argue it is, but like not as much. Like the Daily Bugle is a masterpiece. You're not getting that close. You're not.
Yeah.
So what I'm curious about now, Oscorp, there's that, but then what is like the Marvel building that you do? Is it the Baxter building? Is that the same thing as like the Avengers Tower in a sense? Like, what do you do?
I don't know. It's going to be, I mean, Baxter building is yeah, I mean, that's something you could, I'd like to see, can't think of the car, the hover car that they have.
Just a fantastic car, I think it's called, right?
Yeah, that thing. I would like to see that. But
crazy, we're getting a Spider-Man 2 set in 2025. Yeah, I really can't believe, Matt Mellish. I really can't believe that there's some diehard Sam Raimi Spider-Man Lego fans out there that are complaining about that set. I think you have no right complaining about that in any way. You get J. Jonah, Aunt May, Doc Ock, and Toby in all their super accurate stuff in the most iconic scene from the movie for $50. You don't need to come out with another one of those sets, right? You could do one from Spider-Man 1, 2, 3. That's your one for Spider-Man 2. Doc Ock looks great. What are you complaining about? Like what honestly, like what could you want more than that?
I was listening to our lovely, I'm going to put him on blast. I was listening to our lovely local brick shop today talk about that set. And
what did Noel say? What did he say?
He said, where are the doors? And I was like, why do they need doors?
Well, that's true. Actually, you got a point. Yeah, that train car is stupid, but that's not why you're getting it, right?
I mean, it's it's a place. I mean, I don't know. It's just one of those.
No, that's for the adults. There's no child that cares about Sam
They're just
Raimi's Spider-Man 2.
extrapolating that scene and applying it to, because again, that's why J. Jonah
Movie,
Jameson's
yeah.
in it. That's why Aunt May's in it. It doesn't matter. It's not like really. It's just kind of like
yes.
It's no different than Thanos chasing Captain America in a gauntlet. Ship.
Right. Yeah.
Like,
it's
dumb.
No.
It's dumb, stupid, whatever.
That's the point.
Toy set. Like, it just is what it is.
You're getting Lego and Sony and whoever were like, you get one Spider-Man 2 set. That's it. Yeah. And that's your one. And you're good with it, you know? And obviously, there's no point where Aunt May is hanging off the side of the train, the single train car. Shut up. You know this is how this goes. Stupid.
Yeah, it's fine. They took a scenario from one of the films and put it in Lego form for kids, whatever. I mean, maybe kids these days are looking for those films on Disney Plus because they added them, and Toby was in the most recent Spider-Man and whatever. Like, kids are going down that. Who knows? But regardless, it's Spider-Man. It doesn't matter. It's just a Spider-Man set. That's all that matters. They just grabbed a scenario from something to build off of. That's the way.
The giant creeper that was unveiled is very cool from Minecraft. That is a great value for what it is. And you get a pig creeper, which is definitely not a thing in Minecraft. I don't know why they did that, but whatever. It is very cool.
Is it going to be a thing? Because we said the same thing about the Dark Falcon stuff. We were like, why are we getting this white Vader and this,
Minecraft is very good about like adding stuff into the game. Like, that was totally not a complete thought. We know what Minecraft is adding into the game. So, for them to add that into the game, it would take a lot longer. To me, it's not the same thing. Like, they wouldn't leak a new mob of that, because that'd be a big deal, I think, in the Minecraft realm. I don't think they would do that in a Lego set.
We have 800 Batman sets. Why can't we get a Superman set?
Nah.
Forget Batman for just 2 minutes. Can we please? There are other DC characters. Superman has a big movie coming out in July. This is the first time tonight that I had seen that Superman trailer, like on the big screen with the Dolby Atmos sound.
Nice, right?
Oh my God. I love Superman. I want that movie to succeed so badly. Like, I just want it to be good. But that music and everything, like the build up in that trailer on that loud sound system and that perfect screen, and man, it was lovely. It was beautiful.
What's DC? Never heard of it. Anyways. So I got to catch up on some Super Mario stuff, man. I'm behind. I got a couple things I gotta buy eventually. And catch up for the August wave and the Animal Crossing stuff. I got a couple things on the wish list. I haven't looked at my Lego wish list in probably all year.
Mine just keeps growing and growing and growing. Got to add this Oscorp tower. No, I'm not. Obviously, I'm not.
Dude, that Jabba sail barge is still on my wish list.
Yeah, the Jabba sail barge is big. I'm waiting on a double. Like, I need a double VIP. I was kind of bummed that they didn't do.
They did it recently.
What? A double insider?
A double points.
Well, they're doing it right now for very specific Star Wars sets, but that's not one of them.
Oh, I thought I saw it for Jabba sail barge fairly recently.
I mean, if it was, I'd be probably getting it right now, but I don't think it is. I think all the gift with purchases are still available too for Star Wars. So if you have not yet pulled the trigger on stuff, they have enough. Apparently, they did us right this time. I did not get the poster, the Flying with the Fets poster. I haven't had good luck with the posters. Every time I've gotten one, it's been crinkled or something. They've just like shoved it in a box with other sets and stuff. So it never traveled well. So I didn't mess with it.
I gotta either sell more books or get a multi-billion-dollar deal so I can afford all these Lego sets. And actually, it's not even that. Where am I gonna put them? I got all the, I got.
You got plenty of wall space. I see. You need larger. Oh yeah, I can see it. You need larger bookcases and things. I can see plenty of spaces and things.
I do have space. So there's a shelf I have in the living room. It's actually really nice, pretty tall. Those could work back here, but I have to redo whatever. Anyways.
Well, you can still have stuff out in your common area out there too, where you just have it nice. And I love that the wife has let me creep the Lego out into the different realms of the house, right?
Like, yeah, it's a big part of who you are and the home. Yeah,
it's nice.
It's nice. Yeah, 3D printer could print wall mounts.
Yeah, 3D printing. Brian win. Brixo printing win.
Printing O'Brien.
Printing O'Brien win.
Listen, leave the branding to me. That's my specialty. I was making a list to justify. Okay, what if I were to justify 3D print? I shared it with you, RC, and Astro. The justifications for a 3D printer are as follows: incentives for like referral programs, sort of thing for Pro Gamers Guide, giveaways, gift for purchases, custom stuff for the background. You could do just random sporadic stuff with it, quality of life gizmos around the house and the office and the whatever, then organization bins, because I shared with you Tiago's 3D printed
first thing I'm
Lego
printing Saturday. It's the first thing.
It's super cool,
yeah,
right?
They're really good.
Had you ever seen it before I sent it to you?
No.
It's very that is the guy that you want designing that system.
Absolutely.
And he killed it.
Yeah, absolutely.
What is this? Oh, I'll share it with you, Roy. So Tiago Caterino, a former Lego designer, now, #influencer. He designed his own 3D printed tray and organization and measurement system. So that video pretty much goes over everything there. You can download everything, totally complimentary, and just do it.
Yeah.
It's super cool.
First thing I saw, I saw it, and I was like, that's what I'm printing Saturday. I'm going to set my printer up on Saturday, and I'm going right for it.
Yeah.
That's going to be the thing. I can't wait. I would love that. I love my trays, but I would love the organization of those trays and that, because it's the same scale as like, what these kind of are. And I love that idea because they can all click together and make it happen. And absolutely.
And you know what I find really obnoxious about like this is why I can see like 3D printing resonating is like, you try to find an organization system and it doesn't quite fit, or it changes, or you need a specific type of bin, where with 3D printing, you can just make it or adjust a thing and then boom, there you go. So that I can see as a really advantageous thing for people like us, instead of buying like those Acromills bins are literally like $50 each. So you can really like deck your stuff out with it.
Boy, it sounds like to me he's really talking himself into buying a 3D printer, doesn't it,
No,
Chat?
listen, I could talk about the benefits of the product without needing to buy the product. I have self-control to an extent. All right. So, if I do this, it's literally like $1,500.
You could have watched it at home. You paid $30 to go see Revenge of the Sith. You could have watched it at home.
Because I was having a night and I was up until 4:00 in the morning. Brian, you didn't need to drink that coffee. You could have put it in the fridge. Do I look like a man that has any self-control when it comes to Dunkin' and or food? No. I drank all of it.
Star Wars is made for the thing. I mean, you're not wrong. I did not do it, but I don't love Revenge of the Sith. I think the better movie was left on the cutting room floor for that film.
I don't love it either. I actually thought it was a bad movie, but I saw the bad movie in theaters and I'm like, all right, here, I got my popcorn and my icy and my pretzels and paid all the I did all the things. So
it's not a bad movie? Thunderbolts. Go see Thunderbolts this weekend.
I could say the same thing about Rise of Skywalker. Oh man.
Find the biggest screen with the best sound system you can find and go watch Thunderbolts. I cannot stress how good that movie is. Marvel is back, baby. Not in my opinion they ever left, but Marvel is back in the theater. Like all this movie did was reemphasize just how not good Captain America was. Like that's really what that was. It was like, wow, that really makes Brave New World that much worse. It's not good. Stop with the thumbs. What am I doing? I'm not thumb. Go see Thunderbolt. I don't know. I got to tuck my thumb. I got to for whatever reason, it sees this thumb and it's like, blah. All right. Anyway, go see Thunderbolts. Thank you guys for being here this Thursday. We appreciate you all. We'll be back next week at 7 p.m. Eastern time. Don't be late. Until then, everybody. Bye.